Good evening, guys, and welcome to the Toon Review. Jimmy, I think we've got a bit of feedback on your microphone at the minute. Yeah, it's Jimmy's. We'll just keep you on silent for now, Jimmy, until you talk, mate. There's just a bit of echo going on his line at the minute. I don't know what's going on. I don't think that'll impress him very much, but it is what it is. We've got a new member straight off the bat. John Green, welcome to Members Club, my friend. Thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate that. Now, early news is Craig Hope's reported that Bruno is fit and in the squad. I have my doubts. I have a lot of doubts about this because I've seen a photo as well, and it's not Bruno. Listen, if he's traveling with the squad, fine, but there is no way he can be fit to play tomorrow with an ankle like that, Alex.
I mean, that's completely the opposite to what Eddie Howe said in the press conference. So
it is.
I have a lot of respect for Craig Hope, but I don't understand the comments. I don't get it because that is literally not what Eddie Howe's just said in the press conference, which was today. It was today?
Yeah.
It was today.
Yeah, it was today. Yeah.
So I don't get it. I don't understand. He said it's not as bad as, because originally this is what we said as he got injured when Bruno was crying. We were like, obviously, Bruno's a little bit worried that he might be out for the season or several months. And it was confirmed that it's not that bad, but it's still bad enough that it requires a bit of recovery and rehabilitation.
Yeah,
which would not imply he can start he can play again straight away. So I'm confused. He
hasn't trained all week. I mean, Billy, what do you reckon? I don't think he's got a hope in hell's chance.
Well, if he is, Craig Hope's played a bit of a bad card here because Eddie Howe might be keeping it under his chest that he's fit to kind of stump Patrick Vieira, and now Craig Hope's let it out of the bag. I can't see it personally. I imagine he's travelled with the squad to keep kind of morale up. But I don't think we'll see him until this time next week, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, with Trippier, when he was injured last year, he went to all the away games with the squad as well, didn't he? It doesn't mean he was going to be involved. But I just can't see it. Julie, good evening. There's the usual rules for the mods. You must obey or they will throw you away. It's simple. Spoons is on about his bad back, trying to play cricket and stuff like that. Jimmy, what the hell is going on in your garden?
What, is the feedback gone?
Well, sort of.
Mind. Hold up.
Okay. Right, Jimmy will be back with us shortly. I think he's away indoors probably. Mrs. Toon Review is in the house. Good evening to Colin. Let's have a look. Who else is here? Warren, good evening to you. Up the A1, is it Friday again? It certainly is. Good evening, Toon Review, says Pedro. Freshnetta, new news coming out, Alex. Arsenal in for him.
No, that's old news. I'm on about new news.
Oh, new news, right? Yeah. Okay.
So it's been reported in the last 24 hours that it looked like Arsenal had kind of won that race. And Fabrizio Romano has since tweeted, no, nobody's won the race yet. Agents are back in next week. It's still on for Arsenal and NUFC, and we'll wait and see. So Romano reporting something different, that it's not all done. So we'll have to wait and see.
Well, as well, I mean, it was reported this morning that Borussia Dortmund and Rennes from League were interested in him. But look, I don't know. There's so many stories going around at the minute. It's quite remarkable, really. But Roy, I mean, I thought you might have been dressed in black tonight, to be honest, matey. After the sad departure of Chris Wood, I thought you might be dressed in black today.
No, I'm celebrating, man. I think it's best for both parties, really, or even three parties. For him, for us, and for us. So we'll get a replacement on the salary. If we don't get a replacement, but I think we will. You never know; he might find a good chance there and do something that he's not done with us. Or they might go 4-4-2. You never know. But I've seen them play anyway. I don't think they need him, but it's weird. Anyway, he's gone.
I know. I mean, if you look at his photos, he looks as miserable as what Mudryk did in his for Chelsea. Jimmy, are you sad to see Chris Wood go?
Hell no. Oh my God.
I thought you might say that. Do you not wish him well or anything like that? I mean, what's your final thoughts on Chris Wood?
Well, I wish him well. He'll get a chance to do, something that he didn't really do with us, and that's score. But I'm just glad to see him go. I mean, he was everybody's whipping boy there.
Yeah.
He had a honeymoon period, and he came in at a time when we needed a striker, and no one was willing to work with us, and we kind of had to take somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure he'll do well there.
Yeah,
it's part of their 52-man squad. And
yeah, it's quite.
Are we still on about Forest or are we on about Chelsea? I get confused now.
Well, yeah, I mean, it could be either or now, couldn't it? Yeah.
Anybody who wants to criticize Forest recruiting, their recruiting department can go to hell, because they did us a huge favor. And the fact that we could possibly pull 15 million out of this, come on.
Well, I know, yeah, it's kind of. I mean, I know we're making a loss on him, but getting 15 million back for him is incredible. But listen, Billy and Alex are dressed in black tonight in homage to Chris Wood. But guys, by the way, guys, don't forget the quiz tonight. The last part of the show now. We welcome you guys on to take us on. I'll probably not get anyone asking to play me tonight because I'm just unbeatable right now. I'm on a roll. So you can choose any of the five of us. I will put the link up a bit later on and tell you when it's there, so you can get into the green room and prepare to come and do battle. And then when you get on air with us, it's up to you. You can pick who you want to play against. So we'll see how that goes. I have no mugs left at the minute. They are on order. But we do have key rings and car stickers and stuff like that to still give away, so don't worry about that. But then again, I'm expecting to give nothing away tonight because I trust my colleagues have been revising hard and will not fail the channel today. But we will see later on, I guess. Carl says, good evening, everyone. Learned something this week. Between 2002 and 13, the president of Kenya's name was Wacky Backy. Spelled slightly differently, but it sounds like it.
It's Wake Backy. It's Wake Backy, but it is, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, you're not going to say Wake Backy in the northeast, are you? It's going to be Wacky Backy.
Wacky Backy.
So Wacky Backy. Aye, Jesus Christ. Roy, are you concerned about these links with Flash Gordon from Everton?
Well, would you have him or not?
Well, I don't want him. No, I really don't think he'd improve us.
Wait for a transfer show, won't we?
Mr. Casey, the ITK, wrote something about there was a big fight between him and Frank Lampard today.
Right. Interesting.
Sean Casey and Frank Lampard?
No.
I mean, neither of them are doing it now, are they?
It's strange because I've seen a lot of videos floating around of Gordon doing. I think he was like buying stuff in supermarkets for people. There was some like positive PR videos floating around for him recently.
Yeah, I think Jimmy's Jimmy's getting angry with everybody around him at the minute.
This was the quietest place on earth until I decided to come outside to do this.
Are you sure Wood's gone to Nottingham Forest and not your Forest?
Yeah.
What? Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a shit show Forest over here right
now. Julie J says, Craig Hope had posted something on Twitter about Bruno. Can't see him being fit for the Palace game. I mean, just if he has got on the bus to go with the squad, then that makes perfect sense if he wants to still be around the squad and encourage them. I mean, Trippier did it last year. I just the photo I saw when Bruno's partner posted that one of his foot that was literally 60 times bigger than a foot is normally supposed to be and was purple. can you honestly see him, Billy, being fit?
I was a stunt double for that picture, by the way. Thought
Were you?
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
You wouldn't think so, would you, after seeing that photo early in the week? But, these kind of impact injuries do sometimes kind of cool down after a couple of days. Alex just got the joke. And I can't see it. I just can't see it. And I don't think it's worth risk anyway. We've got a massive game Tuesday. If he is anywhere near fitness, let's keep him for then.
Well, I'm not sure whether Alex was laughing at you or the comment about
my PC being
coal-fired.
I mean, not half an hour.
It could be anything really. But it's running on Steam, Alex's PC.
I just don't understand why, because I would imagine Craig Hope was in the room with all the other journalists, all asking questions at the same time. So why would he have exclusive private knowledge about Bruno's fitness and none of them else have tweeted or written anything? I just don't get it. I'm confused.
Yeah, it's a little bit complicated.
I'm not saying he's wrong. He might be right, but
yeah,
maybe he's found something. I don't know, but it's just.
I know. Listen, we'll see when the team gets announced at 4:30 tomorrow. Because I'll be amazed if he's in the starting lineup. If he's on the bench, fair enough. But even on the bench, man, I mean, do we really need to sort of risk him for one game? Yeah, it seems a bit pointless. But then again, Lisa's all right, lads. How are you all keeping? And everyone did a good job last Sunday. Billy, keep the good work up. Top man, legend, says Lee. Steve says, James, don't think Stato's MacBook would improve much with a Windows update. No, it wouldn't. Jan says, was the photo fake? Question marks. I mean, have you guys seen the photo of supposed Bruno?
Is this of the guy with blonde hair running, and the photo is
with the backpack on? Yeah,
It looks like Bruno's running for the school bus that he's just missed. It's a funny photo, but I don't know if it is Bruno. I mean, it's our training gear plus blonde hair, so maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Definitely not Joe Linton.
It wasn't Joe either. I wish I'd got a snap of it. Good evening, Mighty Mag, says Shamrock. What the bloody hell?
I was fucked. Hold up.
Right, we'll let Jimmy do what he's.
He's got Alan Titmarsh in his garden with him.
I don't know when something's going on. I think he's got JCBs in there at the minute. My God, honestly, I think he's gone. Just imagine Jimmy going around with a big stick lashing everybody as he's moving around in the wheelchair in this garden. Oh dear. Paul says he's seen the photo of Bruno walking fine. Well, was it Bruno though? Didn't see him in the training video today though. No, yeah. I mean, Eddie said it this morning. Words came out of his mouth. Big right hand says, well, Paul, I love my boxing, but I think it's time to cancel my DAZN subscription and become a TTR member very soon. That is a good choice to make. Simon says, Eddie Howe doesn't say much about players until the lineup is announced. Yeah, but he was asked about Bruno, and he did confirm that Bruno is recovering well. The scan wasn't as bad, and I think everybody knows that, but it just... a picture's been taken. Craig Hope hasn't been right about much lately, to be fair. Although I like Craig Hope, I mean, so some of the things he's come out with haven't come to fruition either. Solo says, evening all, when we beat Palace, we will be 8 points clear of fifth. How amazing is that with 18 games left? Are you smelling the Champions League, Caviani?
Yes, I am. I was over the moon with City winning last night, and Spurs have played 20 games now, so... Yeah, Champions League, we're coming. A win tomorrow will be amazing. Absolutely, 8 points away.
It does
and 14, I think, goal difference. 14 more than Spurs. So that's 9
It's not just
points.
that, we're actually beating them as well. We beat Spurs, we beat Chelsea. We're beating the teams challenging for that, the other places.
Absolutely,
so it's justified.
Yeah, it is. Joy Shabadoo says, I fucked my ankle like Bruno did in 2020. Once the swelling goes down, he needs to strengthen the ligament, so he risks doing it again. I can't see you playing tomorrow. This is the thing. I mean, the ligaments, although not damaged convincingly, but it's still a risk, a massive risk for me.
Well, we don't know exactly what's happened. They do a lot of stability training anyway. It wouldn't be a case of they've just never been doing it and now he needs to start strengthening ligaments. They always do stability work with their ankles, knees, hips, everything. Like
and toes.
The way they train nowadays is so.
Knees and toes.
It's so even at amateur level, you go down and watch League Two football. You go into their gyms and they're all doing this kind of stability work for longevity. They don't want their players getting injured all the time. So it's not a case of they would have been doing that anyway. It's not like a new thing.
Yeah, Bede wants to know, is there any truth on our bid for Matthias França? Romano reported it. Well, I mean, nothing's come out yet, so we just have to wait and see. Even Clark,
it's more plausible than the other stuff because people have said it, but it doesn't mean it's true yet. It's just probably more true.
Probably. Sammy, thank you for your $7.99 Saudi Arabian Real. He says, even if he's fit, I want him to rest this match. Yeah, I do as well. Jimmy, is there a big, massive squirrel orgy going on in your garden at the minute, or something like that?
I wish they're quieter.
Yeah, you Americans you've got some vocal cords on you, I tell you.
You know, I blame the sunshine.
Why?
What's that? What's sunshine on its own?
Yeah, we haven't seen the sun for about 4 months, Jimmy.
And yeah, you all are inside, nice and cozy. But you know, with the sun out, everybody wants to converge. And I'm already in a damn pissed off mood anyway. Because I was mad before I came on over the show. On the show because I went downtown today and crossing the street with my nurse, and this I'm gonna be nice and not call her the B word, but she was on her phone walking towards me at the crosswalk and walked directly into me. And so, of course, you know, I've got a 400-pound wheelchair and her 120-pound dumbass. So she took the brunt of it, and then like
you should put a crowbar on the front or a bull bar, whatever they're called.
A bull bar on the front.
You know, don't kind of look at me because your dumbass was on the phone. No. And under normal circumstances, I could have got out of the way, but no. I hate people that are on their phone, walking across the street. And you ran into me, so screw you, bitch.
Should get an air horn attachment for the chair, just in case.
Yeah.
And then she'd drop her phone, and then it would be, funny.
Oh, no.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Colin Corby saying, was it not Bruno in the picture? It's debatable. We'll put it like that. Very debatable. Steve says maybe on the bench, but I also thought he was just going to watch. When you think about it, £15 million for Wood is barking mad, but at least he will feel at home at Forest.
We're not acknowledging the barking.
Yes, I swiftly moved on from that. I understand, Pedro. Everybody seems to have the Christmas crackers still. Absolutely. Yeah. Neil Roberts says, so Chris Wood's value is the same as Danny Ings. Yes. Make of that what you will.
That was a nice little hype promo thing he had out in introducing him to to West Ham. It was his little hype video. I'm like, Jesus, had you actually done something in the past year? I mean, it made it look like something Ronaldo would have done.
I mean, they need to try and spruce it up a little bit, didn't they? After they bought Scamacca for what, like 30, 40 million, and it's just not worked.
Yeah. Toon Barmy says, I for one will be glad to see the end of JJ in Newcastle. Obviously talking about John Joe. Very overrated in my opinion. His entire history has been plagued with has the ability but questionable mindset combined with injuries. A report this morning. I mean, listen, I reiterated on the video many, many times that it is not being reported by anybody in the UK. All the sources seem to be coming from Turkey regarding the move, saying that he's in conversation with Besiktas. but nobody in the UK has reported it, and neither have the club. But that's not to say it's not happening. But they're convinced he's in talks with Besiktas. Billy, I mean, it would be strange given that he's injured, but obviously we know that injured players can still pass medicals, which is a bit weird. But do you think there's any story to it?
Possibly. We do need to shift some money off the wage bill, don't we? John Joe isn't going to play that much in the future, I wouldn't have thought, and he's got to play another game or two to get the new year on his contract. But I think that's a bit unfair what the commenter said, because the past 12 months, when he has been fit, and that's been most of the time, John Joe Shelvey's been very, very good. He's been outstanding, in fact. Led from the front. We've seen John Joe Shelvey is better in the past 12 months. So I think it's a bit unfair to kind of criticise him for previous misdemeanours under shit managers.
He said mindset in the comment. I mean, apart from the Spurs sending off with the new owners, after that, when has he had a less than good mindset? I think he's been fine.
I think he's improved. I think since Eddie Howe's come in, he's improved his fitness, his mentality, is everything's improved with John Joe as far as I'm concerned. He's just been very unfortunate that he hasn't been able to take much part this season, because I think if John Joe had been fit, I don't think Longstaff would have got as many minutes as he has this season, because
back in the pre-season, Shelvey was looking good.
He playing sharp, the number 6. Bruno was moving further forward, and everything looked sharp. So, you know, say what you will, but I think John Joe's done really well since Eddie's come in. And let's face it, you know, under Steve Bruce, I mean, was anybody at it? Was anybody putting in a shift? I'm not sure they were, because they didn't agree with anything that clown was doing.
But he is somebody who's on 75k, so
yeah,
that would be nice to put into a sort of peak age player right now. Youth player.
Clive says, Paul, how much is your membership and method of payment? Just click the join button, Clive, and it'll tell you. And then you can always cancel out if you don't want to do it. I set it up ages ago now. I can't actually remember. But if you click the join button and run through the system, it'll tell you. Bruno was out running on Tuesday. He showed it on his post on Instagram.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, but there's going for a jog and then there's sprint around a football pitch. It's very, very different kettle of fish. Good morning, Craig. God says Chris Wood debut hat-trick incoming. Yeah. Daniel says, I'm beating you at that quiz tonight, Paul. 2-2 last week. Yes, but I didn't lose. But I'm getting berated by the viewers already. And we're like in the first half an hour of the show. I mean, look, there's Jimmy the Yank there who is who was on a good run as well. Caviani will not bother with. I mean, he's just having a stinker. What the hell was that? Has somebody been murdered?
I wish. I swear I wish.
Jesus. I mean that was a serious cry for help. Jimmy's getting pissed off. You can see steam rising through that hat.
It's amazing because there's close to 2 acres of backyard here, but everybody wants to congregate around my phone because I guess the handicapped kid has a podcast.
Sure magnetism, Jimmy. Sure magnetism, mate.
It is, yeah. I would as well, yeah, definitely. JT says, sorry to sour the mood, but Anthony Gordon, really, they can keep that horrible skip rat imp. Don't want him anywhere near the club. He's shit and his attitude stinks. Feck him, says JT. I feel the same. I mean, Roy, do we want Anthony Gordon?
No, is he better than how much better is he than Murphy? So is he going to add much more than him? He's not better than Maxi. He's not better than Maxi.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about his work rate. Will it work out with what Eddie Howe's doing? I mean, if he comes and imagine he comes in, we're not happy, and then after the one game he scores, everything's going to flip. So
yeah, I mean, look.
I think he's one of them players. If you have on your side, you're going to love him. It's just because he doesn't play for us, we can't stand him, and because he plays for Everton. I think he's a good player, Gordon. I do honestly. I think
Billy. Well, he had a good intro season,
last season, and he's not played this year.
On his
he's
stat
been on
match
it.
list on FBref, he's got Jack Harrison and Almiron, and it's pretty confirmed we were interested at least a bit in Harrison, and we have Almiron. So it's not beyond belief that he's on a list within
He's
the
only
club.
19, and he's only 18, 19. Very old, is he?
I could never love him, Billy,
He
because
is just about to turn 22 in
I'll
the
get on a
month.
bit then.
He needs a haircut to start with.
Oh, definitely his haircut. Yeah, I agree with that.
Well,
And he's on a rumoured 10k a week at Everton, so his wages are quite low.
Oh.
He needs some sort of
On
mask
how
as well.
much?
10,000 a
10K.
week. Hang on, let me do that in American dollars. He's on
No, he's
$12,000 a week.
I thought it would have
Jesus
been more
Christ.
than that, but
Well, it's because he was probably on.
Well,
a youth
yeah, he
contract
came through
or
the
a
academy,
bump.
didn't he?
yeah.
Graham says a lot of Nottingham Forest sites are bigging up Chris Woods with great stats. I'm still not sure they have signed Newcastle's Chris Wood.
Please send me them. I'd love to know.
Where
what
on
they
earth
fished
are they
out.
getting the stats from?
Maybe Chris was the goalkeeper.
Well, yeah, I mean he's probably better striker now at his age than what Chris Wood is.
He's probably attributing our clean sheet to like Wood or something, which in no way makes any sense.
Yeah, I know. Random outings audits just done a fab video, drone footage of St James's Park, well worth a watch, guys. Well, any sort of viewing of St James's Park is definitely well worth a watch. Glad Wood's gone, but I wish him well in the future, says Les. Forest have 24 signings so far this season. Yeah, Chelsea will be up there shortly by the end of the window. There's no doubt about that. Chris Bailey says, that is a sick haircut, Billy. Love it. Yeah, you've got quite the sort of Vinnie Jones look about you tonight, Billy.
Yeah, I had a bit of a go with the old Clippers earlier and got a bit carried away, but there you go.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you go any more in, it will be a bit David Beckham-y, sort of,
No.
the free kick against Greece, sort of David Beckham.
And I wouldn't want to look like David Beckham, would I?
Oh dear.
We need another set piece specialist, to be fair.
That's true.
Yeah. Speaking of whipping boys, who will the fans turn to next? Well, listen, it'll be the usual two. It'll be it'll be Joe Willock, and it'll be Sean Longstaff. It doesn't matter what they do.
I'm sticking with Chris Wood.
I think missing somebody there.
Are we? Oh,
Would be
Maxi.
Maxi.
Well, of
Everybody
course,
would
yeah.
Maxi.
Yeah.
I've seen so many tweets in the last 24 hours saying that Maxi shouldn't start left wing against Palace, and I keep asking everyone, why not? Nobody replies. Nobody's got an explanation as to why. I mean, Eddie Howe literally replied in his press conference today. Eddie Howe mentioned that Isak can play striker, sort of behind the striker, and he can kind of play out wide.
He said multiple. He
words.
said multiple positions. Yeah,
He
which
said
gets me
he
to
can.
thinking.
He doesn't want him to play out wide, though. He says
Well, he didn't
can,
say he
but it's
didn't
not his
want him
best
to.
position.
He didn't say he didn't want him to. So I still think he's got a chance of playing on that left hand side tomorrow. But hey, you
I
never
heard
know.
it differently to you. I think we've interpreted it in two different ways.
After push was his words, wasn't it?
No,
Something like that.
no, he
he
never
said
said
he
that to
played
push.
No, I think he'll start with Maxi tomorrow on the left.
Oh, yes, kiss my ass as he's a lot of years. Anyway, Ian says Billy is channeling his inner Native American. Interesting. Kungo Fox, thanks for your £2 super chat. He says, breaking news, Chelsea, you're in for El Mohammedi on a free. Would that surprise anybody?
Yes.
Well, yeah. Mr. Spoons says, question for the panel. Who would you replace Wood with? And what position is the number one we need to fill right now? Jimmy.
Creative midfielder.
Okay. Roy, where do you think?
Yeah, number 10.
Alex?
I'm lost. That wasn't the question. The question is who would we replace Wood with and who is our priority signing?
Well, no.
So-
What position is the number one we need to fill?
Yeah, get lost.
So
That was he asked two questions.
he didn't. Listen to the question, Alex. You've just had a Castoria, my friend.
Bring the comment back up. It definitely says-
Question for the panel. Who would you replace Wood with?
Okay.
What position is the number one we need to fill right now?
Yeah, there's two questions. So I would replace Wood.
Oh,
with
you are
Makoto.
such a twat at times.
I would replace Wood with
At
Makoko.
times.
And in my opinion, we need a creative midfielder. So there were two answers to the two questions.
We'll move on. He hates when anyone tries to get one over him, doesn't he? He goes into this meltdown, and you know, I mean, I don't know. You can be wrong sometimes, you know, Alex. You can be wrong sometimes.
I'm not wrong though. Bring the comment up. I
can't be asked. We're long. I've shriveled right past it now. I like coffee. Good evening. Hope you're well. Jim says not happy about being linked with the Scouse Claire Balding. Oh dear. Paul Hodgson says you've got to have a laugh at Chelsea spending like headless chickens right now. Basically doing what everyone thought we would do. However, we are going stealth. We are indeed. Phil, good evening. Geordie Boy says, guys, keep the black ties for the burial of Alex's laptop. That sounded like someone who's just done a handbrake turn on Jimmy's lawn there. There you go. Leighton says, what's the update on Shelby? Is he really in advanced talks? That's what the Turks are saying, but not what the UK is saying. Nobody in the UK has reported it. It's all coming from Turkey. Done some research on Francha, can play up front and out wide as well as a cam. Well, he would fit the bill, wouldn't he, to come in? You would think.
He is a forward. Why do people keep trying to convince me he's an attacking midfielder when he literally plays up front? I'm so lost. I think he can play as a cam, but he's literally playing up front when he gets minutes. So,
Alex, what did you have for your meal tonight?
Steak.
Raw meat, evidently.
Don't take him on in the quiz, whatever you do, guys. He's fired up tonight. Header said, I saw Miggy training on YouTube today. He looked tastier than a peas pudding and Savoy sandwich. 2 goals from Miggy, please. Mal the Grinch, good evening, lads. Let's have a great show as always, and I'm excited for the match tomorrow. He's going 4-1 to Newcastle. That is a very optimistic score.
Yeah.
Can I just add a point to that comment? Because I agree with that. Do you remember we started the season, we were struggling for goals. Fixtures were, results weren't brilliant. And then we went on that run of form where we just dumped people 5 goals, 4 goals, 3 goals. We just started working. I think we're going through that kind of ebb and flow again, where as we saw the other day, we've been getting a ton of high value opportunities and a lot of shots, and it's just not been working. I think we are at some point soon, maybe not against Palace, maybe a little bit later. I think it's ready to click again. And a lot of these are going to start to go in, and we're going to beat people 3 or 4 goals again. It's only a matter of time because it's not like the shots and the quality's dried up. Well, no, okay, the quality has dried up, but the shot volume and the chance creation has not gone away. We're still performing at that level. It's just not going in. So if we keep persisting, we will start to score between 3 and 5 again, in my opinion.
Yeah.
People are due another pasting soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Julie trusts the medical team and not the internet self-appointed medics, of course, exactly. Maybe expect them to be in the squad at most, a few minutes as a sub, more likely the cup game. Totally agree. Clive says, does Nick Pope get the number 1 jersey when Dubravka leaves, or does he stay at number 22? Well, that's up to Nick Pope. He'll have the option whether he wants the number 1 jersey. I'm not sure. Was he number 1 at Burnley, or was he 22? I can't remember, to be honest.
He should be England's number 1 as well.
Well, he should be definitely England's number 1. Jan says, to be fair, most of the young players we are getting and now 17, 18-year-olds will be at least bench material next season. Absolutely. Fabrizio Romano reckons our signings will be in the last week of the window. I think it's a winger, midfielder, and right back. Yeah, I did say that in my video earlier on today. He says that, he's basically going off what Dan Ashworth said in his interview the other week, Billy, because Dan Ashworth said exactly the same thing, that it will probably be towards the back end of the transfer window that we see Newcastle making any purchases.
Yeah, he also said that the team most likely to be most busy on transfer deadline day will be us, didn't he? So don't forget, we'll be here all day, transfer deadline day, for all you viewers out there.
Yeah. 10 a.m. we start all day, right till the bell. It's going to be a cracking day. And just to let everybody know...
We'll watch along halfway through.
with a watch along as well. Yeah, it will be for charity. Remember, British Heart Foundation and Parkinson's UK. They're our two charities that we raise money for on special days. And deadline day, we are raising as much as we can for those two charities. Every super chat that we get on that day throughout the whole day is going to charity. So please help us with that. But that is deadline day. That's a couple of weeks away as yet. Boss, it's the plane, says Samantha.
I ain't getting no plane.
I ain't getting on no plane. I mean, Roy, I know you like to comment on the plane spotters' tweets. They were busy yesterday.
It's all bullshit, I think. The amount of shit I've seen on Twitter in the last week is absolutely... it's just hilarious. It's entertaining anyway. And I troll a few people on, and I keep talking shit and stuff. But
I wonder who you're talking about.
There's only one. The shirtless lad with a six-pack.
Anyway, Nick Pope had he wore 29 for 3 seasons and the number 1 for 3 seasons. So that's interesting.
Because back in the day, Burnley had a really good depth of keepers. Because I think they had Heaton when he was playing really well, and Pope, and
Joe Hart was there for a little while, wasn't he?
No,
Joe Hart was there for a little bit.
They had a bunch of really good keepers for the longest of times, and it was
did that Burnley keeper keeper not go? No, what? Jaskalainen. Did he go for a while? I don't know why. I just remember that. Spacebar says this is like an episode of Gardener's World. Yes, starring Jimmy. Craig Hope was asked not to do any filming at the training ground today. Interesting.
So maybe he does know something. You never know.
Bruno will start. Trust me, says Clarky. I can't trust you, mate. Listen, I'll trust it when I see that team sheet and he's in it. But if he's starting, brilliant. But I'll be amazed. I really will. Todd Fischel out there in the States, thank you very much for your $5 super chat. He says, hello, guys, and Jimmy. How about them Dogs back-to-back champs?
Oh, I can't stand Georgia fans, so
okay.
I was actually pulling for the other team.
Okay. Stu Moose says, evening, folks, in the pub, so can't listen, but thought I'd tune in and give a like to the show, hoping for a good game and result tomorrow. Well, you enjoy your few pints there. Top G says, Billy's Mohawk is fire. Fire! Right. Indeed. Seeing as he's in such a good mood tonight, let's do this first, shall we?
So, you just had to open your big damn mouth, did you?
What a shame.
Well, now it's time for all those know-it-alls out there.
A shameful display!
To get shamed by Stato.
No.
Yes, it is time for Shame by Stato. But just before you go into that, Stato, Arturo has just sent a €50 super chat. Thank you very much, Arturo. That is very kind, buddy. There's no comment there, just a super chat. So thank you very much, buddy. Right, Alex, who are you shaming tonight?
I'm still split 50-50 with who I'm going to shame. I was going to shame people criticising certain players of our own club, but I'm just going to go for the low-hanging fruit and just Chelsea. Everybody knows this week I've been so annoyed with them, and it's not gone away. I'm equally as angry as I've been. I was already pretty much at the end of my tether last week, and they have since then signed an additional player in Madueke, who we've been linked with a couple of times as well. And then there are rumours of Caicedo, and there are rumours of even more. And I just want January to end. I want us to get our few players in and shut the bloody window, because this is ridiculous. They need an overhaul of FFP, not to stop us. I mean, the whole debacle at the back end of last season with pausing sponsorships. They all had that emergency meeting to try and stop us getting fast tracking sponsorships through, so we couldn't pour money in. Fine, but they're just allowing Chelsea to just do whatever they want. And they are fully bending the rules, bending the rules. Is it within the rules? fine. Essentially, it's the player amortization where they're giving players 8-year contracts. It's still not cool. It's just below the belt business.
Yeah.
It's not. This is not the business world. This is not. We're not on Wall Street. This is a sport where it's meant to be. There's meant to be a set of rules. There's meant to be etiquette. There's people competing, with sportsmanship, and this is breaking that, and it's just not cool. It's not cool.
Well, I 100% agree. I mean, it is just off the charts at the minute. Martin Reed, thank you very much for your £4.49 super chat, buddy. Really kind. I mean, does anybody else want to have a pipe in about Chelsea? Because I'm fully behind what Alex said there. It's just getting beyond a joke at the minute. Jimmy, we'll start with you.
Yeah, well, living in America, I get to see the American.
Sorry, I had to do that.
I get to see the American model play out in all sports, and the same thing is happening with Chelsea, where you're mortgaging short-term success for future games. Yeah, and they're playing a really expensive game of mortgage on this right now, because if they don't get Champions League within the next, well, they're not going to get it this season, so we can just write this season off. But how about next season if they don't?
Yeah, but the fact that they're not going to be in the Champions League next season, that's a lot of money they'll be losing.
My problem is I kind of feel sorry for the fans a little bit, because you imagine some of the fans that have been diehard Chelsea fans for 2, 3, 4 decades. This could destroy the club. It very well could push the club into turmoil. Like
they
they
don't
might
see that.
But they might do a Leeds
right
or an
now.
Us. They might drop out, and they might never get back into that Big Six ever again. This could destroy them. And they're a historical club, part of the culture. And the FFP was brought in to try and protect the clubs and the culture. And this could ruin all of it. And it's silly. It shouldn't be allowed to happen.
But
It's not just about money. It's about destroying a literally heritage within the UK, and it's just not right.
Yeah.
But they're so pompous at this moment. The fact that they're loving that, we're signing everyone. And they're not looking at what could possibly happen. They got bailed out with the Abramovich.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the British, if it gets too bad, the British government will just give them the $2 billion back and say the heck with Ukraine. And
I wouldn't trust the British government with anything right now, to be honest, Jimmy. This is interesting. Go on.
I mean, we're seeing it. We're granted in the NFL there are salary caps, but last year's Super Bowl champions, they went all in on that and couldn't even make the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
And that's a $400 million hit that Kroenke took.
Interesting.
On a $5 billion stadium that he's still paying for. Yeah.
Billy, what's your thoughts?
Well, I always thought that the fact when they forced Abramovich to sell, that the FFP was wiped clean was, to me, was wrong. I didn't understand that at all. I thought it was an unlevel playing field from that moment. They've taken advantage of it and gone further than that still. If this gamble doesn't pay off for them, they're in deep doo-doo. And Chelsea, for a lot of my lifetime, have been in deep doo-doo. When the Mearses had it in the 70s, they were perennially bankrupt. Ken Bates bought them for £1. He didn't do much better with them, really. And then Matthew Harding came in, God rest his soul, and helped out. And then they started building up to the club we see today. Then
it was such a shame what happened to him, because I think he was well respected amongst the footballing world. Certainly in England, and he was well respected within the Chelsea fans. And he'd started to develop the stadium. It was looking really good. Abramovich just basically built on from what Matthew Harding did. He finished everything off. And then went further.
30 years ago, Paul, do you remember Stamford Bridge? It was a shit.
Cards
pipe on the goal.
cars parked behind the goal and the fans behind the cars. It was ridiculous. They were miles away from the pitch. I mean, they only had that one big stand, didn't they? The three-tier stand, which is still there now. Yeah. But it was awful. The pitch was miles away from the fans. It was horrible place.
I went there in 93 for cup time, 92, 93. Yeah, we went to the old second division. 50 quid then to watch the game. Worst view I've ever had at a game. Worst view I've ever had.
Abysmal. Yeah, terrible.
2-1, I think.
Yeah. That was back in the days of David Speedy and what was he called?
After Speedy and Dixon, this was more.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I thought they were early.
Speedy signed for Coventry in '87. I don't know why Dixon.
It was late '80s, wasn't it? Yeah. James says Craig Hope said on his podcast that Eddie Howe was building on Steve Bruce's foundation. Surely not. Surely he did not say that.
Unless he started a kebab shop.
Well, maybe, yeah. Gordon Bennett.
That is not true.
It can't be.
If he wants that opinion, that's fair enough. I'll respect it. But I think that there's zero. No, absolutely not.
No, I can't see that being the case. I mean, Steve Bruce.
A back five with a midfield of Hendrick and Matty Longstaff and players out of position with no pressing, with a different shape, with a different ethos. I'm failing to see what was built. Where? Somebody help me. It doesn't make sense.
Well, no, definitely not. I don't want Calvert-Lewin either, Josh, to be honest. I'm not convinced by him at all. Listen, we complained about Callum Wilson being injury prone. Jesus Christ. Let's just keep clear, shall we? Anyway, who wants the dancing cow? I don't all seem too optimistic, guys. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to sort of get things going because people do like the dancing cow.
I thought you were talking to the viewers.
No.
Want to be alive.
Here we go, guys. It's time. It's time for the dancing cow.
Alive,
born to be alive.
Born to be alive.
Indeed. Arturo, thank you for another €10. He said we should go in for Irving Lozano. He is huge talent. We need a winger like him. Unfortunately, we are not linked with him. Well, there you go.
I don't want Chapino anymore.
Unfortunately. Right, Billy, who's your beef with today?
It seems a bit of a repeating conversation, but I'm going to go a bit further this week. Manchester fans in general, whether it be red or blue, living on both sides of the extremes. Someone with a half glass, full half glass, and someone with an empty half glass. Manchester United, theirs is full. They've not been very good. They've had a run of easy fixtures. They played last week, beat Man City with a disgusting offside goal that should never have been allowed for all the team China. They're not that good, and it was shown midweek against Palace, where for most of the game they were second best. So Man United fans, they're way above their station. Manchester City fans on the other side, way below their station. 2-0 down yesterday, and they were booing the team off the pitch. I mean,
yeah, they were
ridiculous. They've won the league how many times in the past 5 or 6 years? Ridiculous. And the second half they came through and won the game. They've got no right to complain about what they're seeing on the pitch at Man City, because still they are the best side in England, possibly the best side in Europe, and yet they're booing them off the pitch.
Well, it just says all you want about the fans, doesn't it? I mean,
ridiculous from both sets of fans, either way.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, guys, the link is pinned at the top of the comments for the quiz. So if you want to get yourself into the waiting room, just click on that link and it will bring you through. We've got 800 people watching tonight, which is a TTR Friday record. So thank you very much, everybody. But get yourselves on. Arturo says, Alex, you're wrong. He's pure class. Well, Alex has took a little dive out of the minute. Notice how the quiz is about to start. Alex has disappeared.
I know. He did that last week.
Yeah. That's not really a beef, Billy. Let's hope Man U fans stay that way. Lol. Wankers. Yeah, indeed. Chelsea's commercial income 205 million to Newcastle's 33. Yeah, that will change in the next few years, though. I have no doubt about that.
And just remember, when Mike actually bought this club, we weren't far away from them revenue-wise, and we were ahead of Spurs and other clubs. So this FFP back thing we're in now is still down to Ashley and his lack of, revenue coming in.
Absolutely.
Newcastle were 13th, I think, worldwide.
Free advertising and all that stuff. Oh, shocking.
Interesting. Geordie Metal, thank you very much for your £20 super chat. That is very much appreciated, my friend, and thank you for your continued donations. Right, well, we've got one in the waiting room. If you want to take part in tonight's quiz, guys, hit the link at the top of the screen. Come and join us. There's 2 in the waiting room at the minute now, so get yourselves on. Right, here we go. Jordan, good evening.
Evening.
How are you doing?
Not too bad, yourselves?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Who do you want to take on tonight, Jordan?
I'm going to try and knock you off your top spot, Paul.
Oh.
Oh.
All righty then. Billy.
Yeah.
Come on then.
Okay. Jordan's.
Yeah.
What team did Newcastle United face in its first ever Premier League game? Was it Swindon Town, Coventry City, Manchester United, or Tottenham Hotspur?
Swindon Town?
It was Tottenham Hotspur. We lost 1-0. Goldman City showing up. That's a
It was indeed. Right, Billy?
Right. You've got to be prepared for this, didn't you?
You think, yeah.
Right, here we go. Arthur Cox managed which club before he managed Newcastle? Chesterfield, Derby County, Fulham, or Brighton?
Derby County, wasn't it?
It was Chesterfield.
Oh, shite. That's not great. Right, Jordan, come on.
To put the pressure on,
Yeah.
which club did Kevin Nolan captain after leaving Newcastle? Was it Bolton, Orient, Notts County, or West Ham?
I want to say West Ham.
West Ham's correct.
What easy question that was. Right, so I've got to get this right, haven't I?
You have indeed. And it's this one. Which defender scored in his home debut on January the 1st, 2007? Was it Jose Enrique, Stephen Carr, Stephen Taylor, or David Edgar?
It's David Edgar.
It was David Edgar against Manchester United.
Yes!
I was there. It was about Christmas.
Yeah.
New Year's Day.
Was it Manchester United?
Yeah.
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 Finished 2-2, didn't it?
Yeah.
2-2.
Jordan, thanks for coming on, mate, but the king remains.
Thank you, cheers.
Take care, buddy. Good night.
Ta-ra.
Right. Well, we've got a queue, guys. We've got a queue. On comes Mr. Third Time Lucky. Who is this?
Hello, chaps. You all right?
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm great. How are you?
Yeah. What's your name again? Hello? Are you there? No.
It's very faint.
No, we haven't got time to mess around. He'll try and get back on. Right, we've got Dan Brown coming on. Dan, good evening.
Evening.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good guys. You?
Yeah, not too bad. Who are you taking on tonight?
Yourself, Paul. I'm winning tonight.
Right, come on, Billy Bob.
Okay. Dan, who is recognised as the club's first full-time official manager? Is it Andy Cunningham, Frank Watt, Tom Mather, or Stan Seymour?
Cunningham.
It is Cunningham.
Oh, you lucky! Wow!
That's a great
Wow! Wow!
That's a fantastic answer. It really is.
Come on, then, Billy.
Okay. I can't answer. That's way too easy.
Oh, of course, yeah, it would be.
Right. Who played between the posts in Newcastle United's first Premier League game? So who was the goalkeeper? Shaka Hislop, Pavel Srnicek, Tommy Wright, Mike Hooper.
I believe it was Tommy Wright.
It was Pavel Cernicek.
Oh, shocking! Right, Dan, you have a chance. You have a chance. Get this right.
This is to win a prize. Gary Kelly joined which club after he left Newcastle United? Was it Bury, Middlesbrough, Sheffield Wednesday, or Fulham?
Fulham.
It was Bury. It was Bury. So, Paul, to keep your unbeaten record.
Yes.
Which club did Steve Harper leave Newcastle for? Brighton, Huddersfield, Sunderland, or Hull?
Where did he go after Newcastle?
Mm-hmm. Five.
Sunderland.
Four. Hull City. Hull City is the answer.
He went to Sunderland after, didn't he? Bollocks. Right, Dan. Well done, matey. You have won. So if you can email us your address, we'll get a prize off to you, buddy.
Ta.
Cheers,
Well
Dan.
done,
Ta, bye.
Good night. Good night. He's still only got one right, though. Right. Next, we have Jack. Good evening.
Good evening.
Right. Who are you taking on tonight, buddy?
Let's have it, Paul. Let's have it.
Oh, Christ, man. I mean, brain's frazzled. Oh, this is not fair. This is mutiny. Go on, then, Billy.
Okay, Jack, which player appeared in most career games for Newcastle from this four? David Craig, Frank Hudspeth, Alf McMichael, or Frank Clark?
Alf McMichael.
I think it's Frank Hudspeth. It is Frank Hudspeth.
Oh.
Sorry to say. Paul, which player scored 2 goals in the 93-94 domestic league season? Was it Barry Venison, Robbie Elliott, Kevin Scott, or Steve Watson?
Barry Venison.
It's Steve Watson.
Oh, for God's sake, I'm having a mare. I'm having a bloody kiss story. All right, come on then.
Okay, Jack, who made 40 appearances in all competitions in the 2011-12 season? Ryan Taylor, Danny Simpson, Fabrizio Colaccini, or Mike Williamson?
Colaccini.
Danny Simpson.
That was a Colaccini got a back injury.
Yeah, he did that bicycle kick.
Is it
Yeah,
me? Or
he did a funny bicycle kick clearance and landed on his spine, didn't he?
Yeah. Jack, it doesn't matter if I got right or wrong. You've lost your 2 questions. Thanks for coming on, buddy. See you soon.
No problem.
Take care. Good night. Right, we have Wee Header. Who is what's your name?
I'm Chris.
I need names.
I'm Chris.
Chris, good evening. Who are you taking on?
I'll take on Alex because he knows where I live.
All right, okay. Fair enough. Right. First question.
Okay, Chris. Which player made the most appearances out of this 4 for Newcastle United? Gary Speed, Lee Clark, Kieran Dyer, or David McCreary?
I'll go with Lee Clark.
It's Gary Speed.
All right, come on, Stato. There's a bit of chance to get your reputation back up and running.
Okay, Stato. Which player scored 5 goals in all competitions in 2010-2011 season? Alan Smith, Joey Barton, James Perch, or Shane Ferguson?
Perch.
No, it's not your question, Chris.
Oh, no.
Who did I have? Sorry, Joey Barton, James Perch, Shane Ferguson. Who was the first one?
Alan Smith.
It's got to be Joey Barton, surely. It's got to be Joey Barton.
It is Joey Barton.
Right, come on, Chris. You need this.
Right.
You can't beat him now, can he? You can't beat him now anyway, can he?
Yeah, he can. If he gets this right and Alex gets one. Oh, no, he can't. Oh, you've lost, Chris. Oh!
No bother. Keep up the good work, lads.
Thanks, buddy. Take care. Right, we've got Chris Wood's agent. Who is this? Give me a name.
It's Wes. Hello,
Wes.
I'm back. Hello.
Good evening, Wes. Who are you taking on?
King of Qatar, please.
Oh, right. First question is to Wes.
Okay, let's find some ones that I haven't asked before because most of these are kind of repeating.
Well, I've got
Okie
stat
dokie.
ones.
Go on and do some stat ones, Alex.
I've got some funny ones. All right. So, who has won possession in the final third the most this season per 90? Is it Miggy, Callum Wilson, Jacob Murphy, or Alan St. Maximum?
Miguel Almiron.
It is actually Alan St. Maximin at 1.4 per 90.
Wow.
More than Miggy.
Right, Caviani.
We will go with. So this is a good one. Big chances missed this season. Who has missed the most big chances? Is it Chris Wood, Isak, Wilson, or Sean Longstaff?
Is it the most or is it on average shots?
The most.
Just the total most big chances missed.
No, it's not. It's not going to be Wood. It's gonna
Five.
Wood, Longstaff,
No,
Wood,
no.
or Wilson.
Four.
Wilson.
It is Wilson with 8.
Wow, well done, Roy.
This percentage, yeah, it'll be Wood.
Yeah. Where's unfortunate you can't win, matey, but thanks for coming on, bud.
No worries. Cheers. See you later.
Night.
chap.
Right, we've still got the competition running. There's nobody in the green room now, so if you want to get yourself on to win a prize, get straight on now. We'll leave it open for a little bit longer. There's only one prize being given away tonight. The lads have backed me up very, very strongly tonight. We've had a good run at it. Anyway, I mean, Alex, are you pleased to get back to winning ways?
Well, I mean, it was a question from sort of my time that I know a lot more about the season, so it was. I would expect to get them right. I'd be annoyed if I didn't.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got someone popping up, but it says device not connected yet. Seattle Geordie is trying to get on, but I can't get him on because it says device not connected. Oh, there he is. Whoop, he's there. Good evening.
How you doing, lads?
All right. Who are you taking on tonight?
Oh, I'm going to go with you, Paul.
Oh, crap. Come on then, Billy.
Okie dokie. Boys, all that. Nick, who's this for first? It's for Seattle Geordie. What's the name of Seattle Geordie? I can't remember his name.
Peter.
Peter. Okay. Newcastle defeated which side in the 68-69 Fairs Cup final? Christ. Was it Union Luxembourg?
Onion?
Pestoza.
He's already given the answer, so he's all right. He's good.
Yeah, you're right.
I was a 10-year-old lad listening on the radio.
Wow. I mean, I don't know who Onion are, Billy. I think you meant Union. Union. Yeah,
Union.
Anyway. Right, come on then.
Right, which club did Newcastle not face on their way to that final? Was it Gostepi SK, Real Zaragoza, Sporting CP, or Rangers FC?
Rangers.
No,
I think we played Rangers in the semis, didn't we?
Yeah, they beat Rangers.
Yeah, we played Rangers in the semi.
I wasn't even born. Right. Chance to win. This guy knows his stuff.
Which squad eliminated Newcastle in 2003-04 UEFA Cup quarterfinals? Leverkusen, Mallorca, PSV Eindhoven, or Marseille?
Oh. Can I get them one more time, Billy, please?
Yeah, Leverkusen, Mallorca, PSV Eindhoven, or Marseille?
Oh, my God.
Yes, my child.
Marseille.
It was Marseille. Didier Drogba.
Back of the net.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Absolutely. Peter, drop us an email, matey, with your address, and we'll get a prize off to you.
Thanks, lads. Again, great show as always. Thank you,
mate. Good night. Now,
I watched that game. I was Barthez in goal for Marseille and everything. I was a kid and I was gutted.
Now, our last competitor is due to come on here. He was very popular on the fan forum until we decided to actually hire him for the channel. It is one of our mods. Good evening, Cesare.
How's it, Paul? How's it, guys?
Yeah, good. Well, how are you doing?
All good, all good. Excited.
Who are you taking on?
I'll take Big Daddy Paul.
Oh, God. Right, come on. First one to Cesare, then Billy.
Okay, Ches. Who was the first player to lead Newcastle in league scoring in the second division? Was it Robert Willis, Willie Thompson, Thomas Crate, or Joseph Wallace?
Oh, this is a complete guess. I'll go with Wallace.
It was Wallace.
Oh, for crying out loud. Unbloody believable. Jesus wept.
How many players have led the First Division Premier League goal scoring charts with Newcastle? Is it 4, 5, 7, or 10?
4.
It is 5. 5.
Does it say who they are?
Billy, you didn't get, was 5 an option there? Or am I imagining things?
4, 5, 7, or 10.
Oh, cock.
Does it say who they were by any chance?
No. But I imagine Cole and Stewart too.
Leading the Premier League goal scoring.
Yes, Alex, we haven't got time to go into the history of it. Look at Stato. He's seen
Premier League.
He's seen. Right. You didn't say that, Billy. You said Premier League. No, you bloody didn't. I want to get I want a judicial.
You watch it back. I said the complete.
I only heard Premier League. I want a judge's ruling on this.
You need to open your ears up then.
Bloody hell.
VAR.
Right, Cesare, get this right. You're a winner, matey. So, damn you, but carry on.
For that,
what type of shark is?
Who won the 93-94 Premier League Golden Boot, Ches? Beardsley, Fox, Kitson, or Cole?
I'll go with Cole.
It was Cole.
Of course it was Andy. How easy is that?
And Andy.
My God! Cesare, thank you very much. I'll get a prize off to you, buddy. Have you received your mugs yet?
Still not, no.
Jesus
but it's
Christ. Okay. I sent the new ones around 3 weeks ago, so they should be with you soon, mate.
Well done, Ches. Nice 2-0 win, mate.
All right, see you soon, Ches. I mean, I want to... I mean, Billy, you know, for protection of the...
You can go through all his comments. Yes, he did say first. He did say first, yes.
Oh, of course they're going to say that because it's me. Honestly. Damn it. Absolute damn it.
Paul, I had exactly the same thought he did. That's why I was asking who, because I'm thinking Premier League.
I did not hear First Division. I did not hear.
You should hear and listen to the whole question and not just jump in at the last thing.
Oh!
Yeah.
Look who's been an arsey quiz master. Fucking Anne Hegarty there dressed in black. Anyway. Bastard. Do you want to bring one more on?
Yeah, get another one on. Sod it.
Tim.
Yo,
are you there?
what's up?
Are you there? Tim, would you like to give your? Would you like to tell people your surname?
It's Ditchburn.
Yeah, it is. Yes,
we're probably related. We're probably related distantly.
Well, part of the Ditchburn family.
Oh, Billy, I tell you what. Not Tim. Just ignore Anne Hegarty up there. He's in a bitchy mood tonight, right? Just ignore him. Anyway, Tim, who are you taking on tonight?
I'll sit with you. I think I'm going to take on Jimmy.
Yo, Jimmy's in action.
Legend. Yep.
Alex, hit the stats.
Yep. Right,
Okay.
Tim, your first question.
So, who has completed more accurate passes per 90 this season? Between Bruno Guimaraes, Sven Botman, or Kieran Trippier?
Sven Botman.
It is Bruno. He's actually 4 accurate passes higher.
Oh.
It's close, though. It's close.
Right, question for Jimmy.
Right, Jimmy, we will go with... We'll go with... So, who has completed the most successful tackles per 90 this season? Is it Sean Longstaff, Joe Willock, Bruno, or Joe Linton?
Big Joe.
I'm guessing... Which one's Big Joe?
Well, you know who Big Joe is, Alex. Stop being a
I do,
twat.
but I'm just double checking.
There's only one Big Joe. The other one's little.
It's Joe Linton. It is Joe Linton.
Yes.
It is Joe Linton.
Yeah.
He tried to put you off, Alec, Jimmy. Then.
No, I tell you what, he's a snake. He's a snake. Tim, that means you can't win, buddy, unfortunately. But thanks for coming on.
You like
Sorry.
that?
All right, guys.
Take care, buddy.
The wrong person tonight.
Is it? Is he having a go at
You
me?
picked on the wrong person. You like that?
All right,
Come on,
cheers,
Dad.
lads. Have a good one. Cheers.
Cheers, Tim. Take care. Good night.
Bye.
Good night, Tim. Brilliant. That was superb tonight, I have to say. Jimmy remains unbeaten again. Mind you, Alex, I think there's no need to be a twat as a quizmaster. You and Billy, right?
Yeah. It's fucking like that.
Disgrace. You know, I'm going to call you both hands. He's Hegarty, and you're that one off the bloody. What's the other one who used to do the? Thanks. You are out. Goodbye, Anne Robinson. Yeah, that's yeah. Both the hands sitting up there.
You are the weakest link.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming on the quiz. That will be back again next Friday. It seems to be very popular. People are coming back to take us on again. I feel like there's been a mutiny on me tonight, so I disagree with that altogether. And some of the questions that were thrown at me weren't asked properly, which is why I got them wrong.
They were.
You know, it's just not on, man. It's not on. Magpie says Joe Linton has an older brother, perhaps. Mega Joe Linton. I mean he said Big Joe Linton, Alex. Who?
He's not Big Joe. I just wanted to be 100% sure that he meant.
Hang on, Big Joe has always been
Joe Longstaff.
Big Joe Longstaff. Yeah, Dan Botman, Joe Longstaff. You know, we've got lots of.
Oh, unbelievable! Used to a dodgy quizmasters, I tell you. You're supposed to be for the channel, not for. Honestly, I mean, Christ. You're gonna have me bankrupt ordering bloody prizes here at this rate. With these...
Jimmy got an easy one there. The best tackler at the club. I mean, there's only one answer there, isn't there?
I mean, I totally.
Well, apparently, I thought there was, but I guess Joe Longstaff.
Unbelievable bullshit is what I'll call that tonight. It asked at me. I did not hear First Division. I will be going back to listen on that because I only heard Premier League. And I'm sure he's only heard Premier League as well because he was thinking 4. I did the maths. Julie says Quizmaster's answer is final. I should know. Well, yeah. Fair enough. Right. So who won prizes tonight? Cesare and Dan Brown. Yeah, Dan won. Yeah, Dan's already sent us his address. So there you go. JT says fantastic show tonight, chaps. A real barrel of laughs all round. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Clarky says he checked back but hasn't said anything. Interesting. Serie A Giants, Juventus stock 15 points for transfer dealings.
Is it official?
Is that now?
I don't know, but I stand by my noise. They've deserved it for years. Again.
Well, Julie J says apparently Joe Willock's massive.
that means Juventus are ripe for the picking, by the way, and we've still got time left this window. Interesting.
Samsonite says that reminds me of Burnstaff and others on Billy's commentaries.
Burnstaff.
Also, do you get some names wrong as well, Billy, that I don't hear about for some reason?
That's the first I've heard of it, but there you go.
Yeah. Okay. I think I need to go back and watch these watch-alongs and just in support of myself because I get it in the neck every single show for getting players' names wrong. Dan Botman.
I'll certainly pronounce them wrong. That's
yeah, it's official.
Oh, it's official. Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wow. You know who supports Juventus, don't you?
Not me.
John Sinclair.
Everybody in Turin supports Torino anyway. They're like the Man City of Italy. Nobody supports Juventus who lives in Turin.
Oh, don't upset the Italians now, Alex. Jesus Christ, we do enough of that on this show.
What are the journalists going to do? More fake news.
Hey, I come for you very, very quickly, huh? You're not getting no more spaghetti bolognese.
We'll have another Calcio Mercato like Messi to NUFC link tomorrow morning. They're just useless.
You get no delicious ice cream from Sicily. Anyway, Steve says I should be VAR operator. I quite agree with that. I'd do a much better job than that Tin Hat Man, bloody Mike Dean. You sure it wasn't Dan Botman? Hang on.
That's one
I mean, he
person
might have been on
saying
about a
that.
different Paul.
No, Clarky's gone back and watched it and says I'm right.
How do you know he's gone back and watched it?
Because he said.
He didn't.
Billy only said Prem. Clarky said he went back and watched it. Now he said that I'm right. Billy only said the Premier League.
Right, let's go back and find all these then.
Now. See, I was right.
Bring him back on.
Billy, don't you be clicking through the comments. I'm telling you, there.
I was just saying that 3 people up. You put 1 bloke up.
No, Clarky says Clarky says you got it wrong.
Well, we'll have to check it then.
Oh, this has opened a can of worms here. This has opened a can of worms because Dan Brown, who I believe is a good author as well, by the way.
It weren't Dan Brown, it was Ches, wasn't it?
No? Or was it Ches? Yes, it was Ches Ray. I've been robbed.
It will save you some postage if I'm wrong, wouldn't it?
Listen, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's Stewart's inquiry is ongoing. Alex, I think that would be a bit cruel, mate. If I'm openly honest, doing a transfer show of all the players we can nick off Juventus.
Yeah,
please have me on the show.
Happy to plan that. If people want to watch it, I'll do a show about who we can take from Juventus. Definitely, they've got Bremer and Vlahovic. Hell yeah, they've got some good players.
I like Coffee says I don't know if Billy or Paul is right, but this is entertaining. Clarky says thank me later, Paul. Thank you very much. Mike Dean is VAR. Surely not.
Again. No. Do they not have anybody else in rotation for that?
No, it means on this quiz on the quiz, I think.
Well, yeah, probably. Apparently, I sound like Jurgen Klopp tonight.
Scheiße.
Rich says they don't get this problem on the chase. Well, they do quite a few times. Foxy says it's true. Huge percent of the fans that go to watch live games for Juve are from outside Turin.
Right.
And Clarky says, "Don't call me Mike Dean." Well, no, because you got the decision correct. Toon Rob says, "Billy and Paul, you creased me up." Well, I don't like being robbed of looking stupid on a quiz when I have a headset on and I clearly just heard Premier League. I look like Stevie Wonder now. I just call. I'm telling you.
A quiz show to make you look stupid. I mean.
Says the man sitting outside in a bobble hat with squirrels shagging around him.
Yeah, this hat's about ready to fall on my eyes. So.
You're American. You're American. You have no say in this, Jimmy.
Rudy off Fat Albert here.
Yeah, your compatriots spending limited wealth at the moment.
Yeah. Once you go hang out with your just for men too.
Wes is asking if I'm scouse for some strange reason. David Smith, thank you for your £4.49 super chat. Is that another child being murdered there, Billy? Jimmy?
I wish.
Okay. Wow.
If we get Gordon, we're actually going to have to listen to Scouse in interviews, so we've got to be careful with that.
Yeah. David, £4.49. Thank you very much. Paul, not knowing we beat Rangers in the semis of the first cup in '69, I would keep my head down for a bit. I wasn't even born. I know we won it. Listen, Alex plays the youth card all the time. Says I wasn't around then when he has a crap game every week. I wasn't even on the planet. Well, I wasn't on the planet when we won the first cup. So bugger off.
This week, though, to be fair to him.
But thank you. By the way, another one coming in saying I'm right.
Another one saying no wrong or no. It's just a bugger.
That one.
I should have ignored that one.
Where's that?
The one Billy just typed in.
Yeah. Just rematch it, and Billy said first. No, he didn't. I'm not having it. Spike says he thinks we should rotate around the panel. That might be a better idea, actually. We'll rotate around and then everybody gets a go. So instead of me being hammered and getting false questions thrown at me every week.
False questions?
Bloody Anne Hegarty helping the bloody viewers there. It's not on. Tom, piss off. Fairs Cup was 10 years before I was born, but I knew we beat Rangers in the semi. You're a historian, pal, not me. Jesus Christ. I'm not putting up with this shit tonight. Like, it's just absolutely disgrace. Anyway, I'm ending the show. Fed up. I'm not really. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. We've had a blast. We will go round the table next week. We'll do round the panel when you come on. So it's total random luck who you get to play against. I might not take part in it because, I'm sick of getting, stupid questions asked.
You don't want to take your throne back?
I don't have to. I've got me throne. I've got me camels. I've got everything I need. But there you go. Toon Rob says me glasses are steaming up. Wouldn't yours if you're being dubbed out of a question? But never mind. Ibs says he said First Division Premier League.
There you go. Well done, Ibs. Well listened to.
No. All in one sentence. You didn't say First Division and Premier League.
Or Premier League.
You didn't say Premier that. League. You said First Division Premier League. There was no slash.
Two different leagues,
there was no hyphen. There was no nothing. Unbelievable. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching tonight. It's been another great show. Thank you for over 800 watching at one stage, which is a TTR record. So thank you very much, TTR Friday record, that is. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your super chats, your memberships. If you have enjoyed the show, before you leave, guys, don't forget to smash the like button for us. It really, really can't stress how important that is for the channel. And also, if you're new, hit the subscribe button. It is completely free. And also the notification bell, which will let you know when we go live, we upload, or we schedule in a show. Thank you to the mod squad. Absolutely brilliant again tonight. Fantastic work. It's getting busier and busier in the chat, and they keep just knocking it out the park. So thank you very much. Thank you to you three, apart from Billy, for joining us tonight. No, seriously, thank you four, for a great show again. Good laugh tonight. Clark is now saying he got it wrong. Billy said both. My bad.
Went back and checked it, did he? Went back and checked it. Oh.
Yeah, what you doing, Clarky? Jesus. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I'm back tomorrow at 5 p.m. With the live watch-along of Palace and Newcastle. So watch it on the TV and listen to the commentary on the Toon review. Half an hour build-up, and then, of course, full match commentary of the 90 minutes. And then the review, I think, will be Sunday. I don't think it'll be Saturday night because it's pointless doing it Saturday night. When do you want to do it, gents? We may as well tell the viewers now.
Saturday.
I'm easy, but either way, Saturday or Sunday.
Well, I prefer to do it Sunday, to be honest, because I might get crucified off Susan if I'm sitting in here for 5 hours on Saturday night. So,
Sunday
night, I do want to.
The game's 5:30 kickoff, so the review show would have to be pretty sharpish afterwards, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I want to spend a bit of time with the family, so we'll do it Sunday. So Sunday will be the review. Keep an eye on the channel for what time, and we will see you very, very soon, guys. Have a belting weekend, and let's hope for another 3 points in the Premier League. Good night, everybody.
How are the lads and lasses?
Good night.